Okay. Hey guys. Okay, I wanted to do another video, but this one is about my sleep apnea. Not so much about the lap band, but I guess it all goes together. So, I don't know if you guys remember on one of my videos before surgery, I found out that I could possibly have sleep apnea because they gave me this at-home test and my oxygen levels dropped below 70 during the night. So they were like, we want you to have a sleep study for sleep apnea. Now, backing up, my surgeon did not recommend me for a sleep apnea test. And when I told them I think I might have sleep apnea, they said, well, when the doctor did your little interview or whatever they do, he didn't see that you had any signs of sleep apnea, so we don't think you need a sleep apnea test. But I've had people tell me I gasp for air in my sleep, and I know I've had a snoring problem ever since I can remember, so I wanted to just have the test done. So I go to a doctor independently on my own, a sleep study doctor, I don't know what they're called, and he tells me, yeah, you need to have a sleep study and you shouldn't have your surgery before. So I'm really ticked off. I don't want to change my surgery date, and long story short, I ended up going along. I had the surgery before I had my sleep apnea test because my surgeon didn't require it. And the other doctor couldn't stop me from having surgery because they weren't affiliated. So anywho, okay, I went, had the surgery, and I made sure I told the anesthesiologist 2 or 3 times. I'm like, I might have sleep apnea, so is everything going to be okay? So they assured me they do patients all the time with sleep apnea. They don't bring a CPAP to surgery. Everything will be fine. So thank God everything was fine. And so I guess a week after the surgery, a week and a couple days, was my sleep study test. Long story short, there, had the sleep study test. It came back that I have severe sleep apnea. Not just sleep apnea, but severe sleep apnea. So then I get scared because I did not want to have sleep apnea, and I did not want a CPAP machine and all this other stuff. So I'm getting all emotional in the doctor's office, like, do I have to wear this for the rest of my life? And they said possibly, and maybe, you know, I can fix it, and when I lose weight it might change, and da 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 da. But then they said, you know, sometimes weight isn't a factor. And I believe my dad had sleep apnea as well, because he snored like, oh my gosh, I would just literally jump out of my skin when I heard him snore. He had a really bad snoring problem, and he was never overweight his whole life. He was very thin. So it may be something dealing with that. I don't think it doesn't always have to do with weight, is what I'm trying to say. So anyway, I get my CPAP machine. Now this is what I really want to talk to you guys about. I need help from you guys out there who wear one of these things, because this is not working. I don't know if I have the wrong thing for me or what, but she showed me all the little masks that I could wear, and then she told me to pick out one, and then we fitted it, tried it on, and all that. So I saw the ones that they have 2 little things that go up your nostrils, and I figure I don't want that because I don't like stuff in my nose. So I'll take the one with the mask, and this is the one I got. I hope you can see it because I don't have a camera person. I'm just doing this by myself. How's it go? So this is the one I got that goes over my entire nose because I figured this would be more comfortable for me. So you put it on like this at night. This goes over your head and you look ridiculous. So good thing I don't have a boyfriend or I'm not married, because who's gonna be wearing this around their boyfriend? So it's just me. So anyway, you put it on, and all of a sudden it starts blowing air. It hooks up to a tube and it starts blowing air through this thing to go up your nose to lift something up back there so I can breathe better at night. The thing is, it is very uncomfortable for me, and I think it's making me have a congested nose on top of that. Oh, and it's also hooked to a humidifier. It has a humidifier in it. And I remember the lady telling me at the doctor's office, if you have a stuffy nose, sometimes it's due to sleep apnea, but this will clear up your stuffy nose. Well, no, it gave me a stuffy nose. And I don't know what that's about. I don't know if it just so happens I got a stuffy nose around the time, or this thing gave it to me, because it is blowing air up your nose. So I don't know. But anywho, the thing is, I don't know if it's working right. I go back to the doctor in I think March 4th, and they're saying, you know, if everything's not working out, you can change out the mask. I'm going to be definitely changing this out, because lately I've been having so much trouble. One, the humidifier, I don't think it's working sometimes, because I wake up some mornings and the water is gone. I wake up other mornings and the water's still there. And I put the same amount of water in it every night. The first couple nights it seems like it was fine. Lately, air has been seeping out the side of the mask. It wasn't doing that before, and I read somewhere in the pamphlet or something that it's not working properly if air is leaking out from the sides. I put it as tight as I can get it, and still when I lay down or get in another position, it's leaking out somewhere. Unless I hold my head a certain way, and it's usually to the back, the air leaks out. And I tighten it while I'm laying down, I tighten it while I'm sitting up. Nothing is seems to work. So and also, it seems like every time I put this thing on, my nose starts itching or running, because now I have a stuffy nose, so my nose is running. I need to blow my nose at night, and it is such a pain to take it off, because if you take it off without turning it off, the air is just still blowing out like shh. And then when I try to put it back on, it suffocates me. It feels like, you know how you hang your head out the car when you're driving and all the wind comes back in your face? That's what it feels like when I try to put it back on. So I take it off to scratch my nose or whatever I have to do and put it back on, and I'm like, so I hate it. And so I guess the best thing to do would be turn it off, then take it off, then put it back on, then turn it on. So sometimes my nose itches. I just let it itch because I don't want to take the thing off and have to put it back on again. So I'm having all these issues with it, and I talked to a YouTuber. I can't remember her numbers in her name, but her name is Sky. I think it has an 8 in it. You guys know her. I can't think of her YouTube name. She knows who she is. But she says she has it and she's used to it now, and I'll get used to it. And I'm like, oh God, I hope so, because this is not working for me. But I know it's something that I need to wear every night, so I've been wearing it. But literally I want to snatch it off, and I think it's causing me to not sleep too, because every night I wake up in the middle of the night, because I think if your mouth gets open, I don't think your mouth is supposed to open while you're wearing this, but if my mouth gets open, it gets really dry, and then I end up waking up with dry mouth or choking or something like that. Somebody, can you give me advice about this thing if you have one, or what can I do? I think I'm going to ask for the other mask, the one with the thing up the nostrils, and see how that works, because this, I can't do it. I just can't do this. It's too hard. So anyway, thanks for listening, and I think that's all the issues I'm having with it so far. But I go back to the doctor on March 4th, and I'll let them know everything that's been going on with me. And ironically, today someone called me from the company that makes these. It wasn't the doctor's office, it was the manufacturer of these. They were calling to see how everything was working out. They left a message, and when I called back, because I was going to let them know it wasn't working out, when I called back, the guy had left for the day, the guy who called me. So I'll probably call him back tomorrow. Maybe he can give me some tips too. But anywho, so yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. My CPAP that I may have to wear for the rest of my life, and it's not going well. But I've only been wearing it 1 week. So, okay. Alright guys, talk to you later. Bye-bye.